Aaron Savage for a rainy day here in Belton. It's Halloween actually, and we're gonna take a little look inside the renovated, soon to be reopened Beltonian Theater. As you can see, they're gonna have classic movies and live events going on, and I'm gonna head in here and talk to Zachariah, who's gonna show us around some of the stuff they've done. First, I'm gonna wipe my lens here. Pardon me, guys. There we go. The little drop off of there.
Welcome to the Beltonian Theater.
Hi, this is Zachariah. Good to see you, sir.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna take a look around and see what's going on.
Yeah, we'll do a little tour real quick. So the lobby area is pretty much the same as when I purchased it. We have added some cool modern touches. The menu board and show times will all be digital, so folks will be able to take a look at that. We do have a nice website, just www.thebeltoniantheater.com, and all the show times and information are listed on the website. The bathrooms in the hallway here didn't need much renovation, but as you can see, we've got the concession area pretty much ready to go. We got the first big food order in today, so we're going to be doing some little smoked salmon canapes and some fromage board and a little pulled pork slider, but also the regular concession fare, popcorn, snacks, and candy. I'm super excited. All the equipment was here already, so we just kind of had to clean everything up and make sure it was working. You don't really want to see the chemical closet, and it's beautiful. Beautiful. Pardon the boxes. Just got some candy and stuff in. I did bring in the Heaven is for Real poster. You can't see, but it's got the autographs of the artists on there. So the company I worked at before here was Luby's, and then before that I worked for another movie. I worked for Synergy Cinema in Copper's Cove for almost 4 years, and went to one of the events with the theater, and I won this and I won a TV, all the same thing with one of the drawings that they do. So this has been sitting in my house, and I'm glad I have a spot to kind of put it now, to kind of showcase it, and I think that's kind of neat. But I'd love to show some family, faith-based movies in addition to everything else that I want to do. We got the ladder, but watch out for that. But you can see that the seats are set up kind of like draft housey style, so eventually I would like to have service at the seats and do a more gourmet menu, but that obviously requires a little more work and a little more detail. So I'm going to wait. I want to do things right, do the small amount of things that I am doing well, and establish that, and then transition over to a more gourmet food service at the table, in a year or two. It's a 150-seat theater. The seats are less than 10 years old and haven't been used for half of the time. So they're super comfy stadium seats. Got the cup holders and the table in front of it. So they kind of, they're not the kind that'll stay. They'll, you can kind of recline. They kind of sit back and relax. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'4", so can fit. And as you can see, there is a stage. The screen will come up. The stage goes back about another 10 feet. So we are going to do concerts and live events. Starting off with Jenna McDaniel, November the 3rd. That's this coming Friday at 7 p.m. You can buy tickets at the box office from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day. Probably in the next week, we'll have tickets available for movies and concerts online. Don't quite have it yet, but it's coming soon. I also want to do some fun. I want to do, there's a group of guys called Master Pancake. Have you ever heard of those guys? They do live Mystery Science Theater comedy for movies, so they'll set up and they'll do it like right there on the screen for the guests. And I want to have some comedy shows. I want to have live events. So I've got my internet and cable TV wired into the projector, so I can show live events. There she is right there.
Very neat.
Now, at some point, I'm sure, have you hooked up a game system to this and played? Because that's a lot of people's dream.
I am going to offer, I do have rental packages and party packages available, and one of the things that I have is a gaming package. So you can rent out the theater and do some gaming on the big screen, and it's super fun. I do have the capability to put the games and stuff on the screen, so that's pretty neat. I don't have the hardware and equipment, so you have to bring your own console or whatever. But I would allow people to come in and do that kind of stuff. That's something I definitely want to offer for people. I do have a private party room for events and parties. We can walk up the stairs real quick and I can show it to you. Seats about 30 up there. So obviously we can do catered events with the kitchen that I have in the menu. Birthday parties with pizza and drinks. We could do, if somebody wanted to rent out the theater and do a pizza party movie birthday or a We have a reunion that I'm about to book in here on the 14th, I think. So people are already showing great interest in renting out the theater.
It doesn't look like there's a bad seat in the house either. A lot of comfortable seating.
Really. Even back here, if you stand, you can see the lights are on the screen. But if you sit in the furthest seat back over here, you can't see the lights on the screen. They don't hit the screen, and I'm tall, so it's a pretty sweet deal. Once you're sitting down, and the speakers, you know, they come all the way around, so the sound is pretty good quality in here. I was fully prepared to not like the sound or the screen, or the projector, but I haven't replaced any of that. So I do have the kind of table set up for 20. And as you can see, there's room for another table in here. And then we've got the catered buffet kind of style stuff on the side. There's a private bathroom over here. Going to be using that as the green room for the visiting artists and performers as well, so to give them a little privacy. But if you're doing a birthday and event, it'd be cool to have your own bathroom. We got that available.
Nice. Get cleaned up after the show too.
Right?
If you're really bad and people throw tomatoes at you.
Absolutely. And the projector room was a little bit of a mess. I don't know if you want to come into the. Watch your head when you come in. It's a classic projector room. Watch your head. There you go. So, but now we got a bunch of digital, awesome touches to it. So, you know, I've got all my amps and this bad boy that I bought. So that allows me to do. I mean, I can Wi-Fi, Bluetooth stuff through the satellite, internet, the whole deal. I can play songs off my phone through this thing into the speaker into theater. I mean, I can do all kinds of stuff. So it's real neat. The light board we're still working on, but it almost all completely functional.
Got a couple of classics here.
Yeah, right. Well, we did. My birthday was in October, and we watched Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, one of my favorite movies growing up. Princess Bride is Fox, so I can't sell a package to that, but we had a family movie night where we watched it. And then I've already got the original Magnificent Seven I'm going to be playing for the opening weekend. And if folks don't know, during Star Wars, we are going to be showing Spaceballs.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. I'm super excited about that. That's for sure. So the four for sure movies we have are Magnificent Seven opening weekend from 1960. The second weekend we're doing a double Alfred Hitchcock movies. We're doing The Man Who Knew Too Much from 1934 and Sabotage from 1936. And then in December, during Star Wars, we're doing Spaceballs. Hopefully in a week or less, I'm going to be able to announce probably another month and a half worth of movies. I have some great ideas for stuff for people.
There's a little look out the projection booth.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good view from up here. They used to have, you can see where they had the ventilation system for the old projectors going through the ceiling here. And I would love to, you know, 5 or 10 years down the road, get a 35mm or 16mm projector and be able to show some classic movies like that. Silent movies, so I have a piano on the stage. Watch your head coming out. I have a piano on the stage, and somebody's donated an organ that I'm going to go picking up.
Excellent.
So I want to be able to do like the old silent movies where somebody plays along and do some cool stuff like that. There's really no limit. I don't want to limit myself to one type of movie, one type of concert. I want to be able to provide a myriad of different things, you know, and slasher films, cult movie classics, black and white, kids movies, concerts. You know, if people want to see hologram Tupac on the stage, then I'll put hologram Tupac on the stage. You know, if they want to do plays and musicals, then the stage is available. I do have some groups that are thinking about renting that for their musicals and stuff next year.
The bell in here, I noticed. Is there any significance to that?
There's a bell. Yes. I don't exactly know the history of the bell. I know the bell wasn't here originally. I think this is something they added in the 70s or 80s. It's just a bell, so I don't know. Is
that when the movie's going to begin?
Be a fun little thing. When the bell rings, you gotta get to your seat.
There's just a bell, and it's not even hanging. It's got a.
Does it work?
Yeah, it's got a. It works. Well, I don't know.
Huh.
Maybe like a Bring Out Your Dead kind of Monty Python thing. I don't know.
I'm just picturing like a Buster Keaton movie and somebody just belting out tunes on the
Right?
piano. That'd be fantastic.
And then there's a secret side entrance, of course. Secret passageway we can take back down to the lobby if you wanted to go back down to the
excellent,
lobby.
yeah. Full circuit here.
Yeah.
Do a little loop. Please don't film in the office. I mean, I guess you can. It's a working office. Let's just say that. It's a working office. The kitchen has been worked on and is still being worked on for Friday.
The horror.
Right? But that's the kind of deal. I've ordered an original print, well, a copy of the original print of the Magnificent Seven that I'm going to be showing on Friday, and it'll always be here. So it'll be the first movie that I showed. And I've got a couple other ones that I've ordered. Die Hard won't be here forever. But I think I want to leave the Beatles one. That's a pretty classic Beatles poster. A lot of folks like it when they come in. That one's not going anywhere.
Good.
And who are these fine folks over here in the corner?
But these are my new employees.
Hey.
We have Kobe, Randall, no, Randall,
No.
Robert,
No.
starts with an R.
No. In.
It's on Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan, I just hired them yesterday. I've had one interview with them. I'm trying to remember. And starts with an A. It's an awesome A name. Like I'm Zachariah. It has like a T in it or something.
No.
No, tell me.
Allegra.
Allegra. And so they are 3 of my new employees that we hired yesterday. And I'm super excited to have them.
Very cool.
That's pretty much the theater, you know?
Great.
Now I've got to point out, I love the sign.
Yeah, the old-fashioned cloakroom sign. I did want to make it more of a cloakroom, but it's needed some storage space with the small theater. So we're going to use it as storage space with the eye in the future of making it more of an old cloakroom. I want to put like some mural-y history of the Beltonian stuff in there. Maybe like a timeline, blown up newspaper article kind of collage-y type experience. But that's it. People will be able to buy tickets and their food at the concession window. And then if it does get busy, they can split it off and I can sell tickets here. And I will have another third remote tablet that I can take tickets and orders on if things do get busy. I want to be able to provide people food right away, so I don't want people waiting too long for their food. So we're going to try to have stuff ready or within a minute of being ready. I do have pagers though if I need to have somebody come back and pick something up, and we have the second window down by the Heaven is for Real poster that we can have people kind of come back and pick up their food there. So there's a lot of different options and things to make people's experience as seamless as possible.
Awesome. So we're here at the Beltonian on Central.
Yeah.
And can you remind me of the dates of the Magnificent Seven and Jenna?
Magnificent Seven is going to play Friday morning before the concert, a couple shows. See how that goes. And then Jenna McDaniel at 7 p.m. on Friday night, and one late 10 o'clock is showing on Friday night. And then there'll be movies all day long on Saturday and Sunday afternoon and evening. We're going to be closed Sunday mornings and then open usually around 1 o'clock on Sunday with 2 or 3 show times in the evening. During school, we're going to be closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning. Then holidays, winter break, summer break, we'll be open all day long, except Sunday mornings will be closed.
And how much are tickets for folks who want to make it
Tickets
out?
are only going to be $3.99 plus tax. So if you've seen the theater's in great shape, we're going to be providing some great customer service, lots of smiles and happiness, lots of great quality food, and so I hope the value that people will be able to get from the experience is really, something that's going to attract them to come in. So we want people to come back, and we want them to keep coming back. And so I want to do things right from the beginning. I don't want to kind of ease into doing things right. We're going to start on a high note, and we're going to go even higher. So that's what we're shooting for.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for showing me around, Zachariah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming in.